I'm Keith Peters with the Palo Alto Weekly. With me are three members of the Menlo School baseball team. On my far right is RJ Babiera in the blue shirt. Next to him is Jared Lucian. And on my left is Chandler Yu. All played in 2 games last week, both Central Coast Section Division II playoff games. The first game was a semifinal against Cappuccino. Menlo won that game 10-7. They came back in the championship game 3 days later against Carmel, the top-seeded team in Division II in the CCS this year. They defeated Carmel 9-4 to win the championship. During the week, RJ had 4 hits. He had 3 RBI. For Jared, he had 5 hits. He had 2 RBI. And Chandler pitched both games. He started both games, pitched 5 innings in each game. He got the win in each game. He finished the season 11-1. For the year, Menlo finished 24-7, won his first CCS title since 2011. And for their performances, they are the Palo Alto Weekly Boys Co-Athletes of the Week. First game of the week, Cappuccino, they were the 15th seed. You guys were number 3. Was there any thought that maybe you guys obviously were favored, but you never can take even a number 15 team lightly?
Yeah, no, definitely. We faced Cappuccino twice this year, both shutouts. But one game was a 1-hitter against them, one was a no-hitter. And so definitely coming into this game, some of us were feeling, oh, we have this. But some of us were thinking, oh, what if we do lose? Because this is a team to not take lightly. I mean, a 15 seed coming into the semifinals, definitely they have something strong in their lineup. Coach Tinka said, it's hard to defeat a team 3 times. Clearly, when it came to Woodside earlier this year, we lost them twice in a row after beating them 2 times in a row. And so for us to see a team that we faced twice, you get kind of scared that you might lose. But definitely coming into that game, we just felt really good. Coming out of it, getting that early lead, so it was great. It was great. Yeah.
You get to the championship game now, and you're playing Carmel, the number 1 seed. So on paper, they're favored. They were in the championship game last year. They got beat by Sacred Heart, so they probably had something to prove. What was the feeling heading into that game? Were you guys confident that you were going to win?
Obviously they're a great team. They were the 1 seed. Hadn't lost a lot this year. But we knew that we were playing our best baseball. We lost to Carlmont in the PL tournament, but we played a strong game, and I think we won 8 straight coming in besides that game, I think. And we knew Chandler was on the mound, so we had our ace. So if we could get some runs on the board early, which we did, we knew we had a good shot to knock them off because we knew they weren't behind a lot this year. So if we got some pressure on them, we thought maybe we could keep playing our game and throw them off theirs, which we ended up doing.
You started the Cappuccino game. You went 5 innings. Was there a plan set up prior to the game that you were told you're only going to pitch 5, you only had to worry about pitching 5, and knowing that, did that take a little bit of pressure off you?
Coming into the game, I thought I was just going to come in and pitch as much as I could. There was no real set limit. I wasn't really focused on the championship game because obviously we have to go through Cappuccino first, who they're coming in hot as well. They were the 15th seed, but any team at this time of the year is going to play at the really high level. And so I was just trying to give as many innings as our team needed and just do whatever it took to get the win.
Last year, Menlo was 6-22, did not make CCS playoffs. What turned around this year's program from last year's team? You go 6-22 to 24-7. That's only happened. That kind of turnaround's only happened once before in school history.
Yeah. Well, coming into this year, it was basically the exact same lineup. We just lost a couple seniors for pitching wise, but coming into this year, we understood that we may not be as good as we think we were last year, and so we just worked our tails off of the off season. Getting into the weight room as often as we could, getting out on the field, making sure that our skills were honed, that we just understood that we're just not the team that we should be, and we just needed to get better. So yeah.
You had 12 seniors on this year's team. Unfortunately, you graduate 12. But how much of a difference really is there between 12 juniors and 12 seniors?
I think having 12 seniors, this was going to be our second year on varsity altogether, whereas if you have 12 juniors, it's their first year. So I think we definitely underachieved last year, and we knew that. And this year, coming into this year, we knew what it took. We knew that we had to play a lot harder, and I think we did that this year. So having 12 seniors definitely was a big help.
So the championship game, when did you find out that you were going to start? And you knew you could only pitch 10 innings during the week, so you knew if you started, you could only go 5. But how did that play out?
I knew that I was most likely going to pitch just because I got pulled pretty early in the semifinal game, but I didn't know I was going to start until the night before the game.
And how did that? Were you ready? Were you figuring that you probably were going to start?
I mean, it came up a little bit. I wanted to rest my arm throughout practice, make sure I was ready if I needed to be called on for the start. But I think that because of our pitching staff is so deep, any of us, like Griffin McGarry, he did a great job all year. He really stepped in and played a big role. And I think that he would have done just as great of a job as I would. And it was just a thing where I had the opportunity to pitch in that game, and I had the innings available to do that. And so I just tried to give it all.
While Chandler got the win, you were on the mound at the end of the game. You got to pitch the last 2 innings. How exciting was that? A little nervous. You only had to pitch 2 innings, but and you had at one point Chandler had a 7-0 lead. They came back, got a couple runs, and they scored 2 in the ninth. But nervous or just like any other game?
Almost felt like any other game, but also at the same time feeling a little bit nervous. I was facing in the 6th inning the bottom of the lineup, being in center field for the entire game. I was able to see, these are some big time hitters. There's a reason why they're in the championship game, and for me to face their bottom of the lineup in the 6th inning was huge, and for Davis Rich to make the plays that he did in that game were pretty huge too. And come the 7th inning, having to face that top of the lineup, pretty nerve-wracking to say the least. Not being able to get those outs early, they were scoring, but for Davis to get that double play again, really puts the stress off my shoulders, and being able to relax and getting that final out, it was just a joy. So yeah.
Speaking of the final out, there's 2 outs. Carmel has a runner at second base. You're playing short. Pop up goes to you. Do you think about it at that time or what?
I mean, once the ball was hit, I knew we won. It was pretty routine. But before that, they had the heart of the lineup coming up, so it was definitely nerve-wracking because we knew they were a great team. But once that was hit, I knew that was finally it. After 4 years, we finally got it, so it was just a good feeling.
And you're watching Jared catch that last ball. You had to be excited.
Oh yeah, I was getting ready to toss the glove up, and once he caught the ball, I threw my glove in the air, turned around, and Ben Samorjai was right there in my face, and we just dogpiled right then and there. So yeah.
You didn't get the chance to be on the mound and have everybody jump on you. Were you fine with that, and you actually got to participate in the dog pile?
Yeah, I definitely participated in the dog pile, and all year I've relied, or our entire team have relied on our pitching depth. RJ's done a great job coming out of the pen all year. David Farnham did a great job closing it. Davis Rich stepped in when we needed a spot start, and he did a great job throwing a no-hitter. So it was a complete team effort on the pitching side and offensive side, and it didn't really matter to me that I wasn't the pitcher on the mound when the final out was recorded.
One final question. How exciting was it to win a CCS title?
It was really exciting, not being able to see a varsity baseball team win while I've been here my past freshman and sophomore year. Junior year, being able to come out as a senior, it's the best way coming out of high school possible, probably. So, yeah.
Jared, how about you?
Yeah, it was fantastic. We lost freshman year in baseball and last year junior year in basketball, so I was over 2. So this is the best way I could possibly ask for to go out. It was a great game.
And Chandler, finally, how about you?
It was a great opportunity to play on that field, and for the 12 seniors, they really deserved having this win, and they did a great job grinding out 4 tough years and really improving their game, and it was something that we all wanted from the beginning.
Congratulations on a standout year.
Thank you.
And good luck to you guys in college.
Thank you.